Hey guys, I'm Sean, and I am an ARKaholic. And welcome back, guys, to the Forever ARK series here on ARKsurvivalascended. Now, guys, a couple things to talk about right at the beginning of this one. Firstly, last episode, we ended up getting some pretty interesting tames in the form of the Jerboa, the Parasaur, and the Raptor. Now, between episodes, guys, I went ahead and named these creatures. Now, because we got the Jerboa and the Parasaur kind of roughly around the same time, I thought we'd go ahead and kind of make their names kind of similar to each other, right? Now, I decided to name the Parasaur Pinky. Obviously, it's all pink, and, well, the Jerboa is named Brain after the show Pinky and the Brain. Now, guys, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really watch this show too much as a kid, but right when I was trying to think of names for these creatures, that just honestly popped in my head, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go with it. Why not? 90s kids, let me know down in the comments below if you did, in fact, watch Pinky and the Brain. Now, for the Raptor, did something a little bit different here, went a little bit more of a Jurassic Park vibe. And the Raptor, I know it's a little bit further away, but is named Muldoon. And I think we all know why we went with that name. Now, the reason why the Raptor is really far away from everybody else is, well, guys, I've tried to do this intro, I think we're roughly at 3 or 4 times trying to do it, and each time I've gotten attacked by something, whether it's been a Dillo, a Pego, something. And pretty much the Raptor has been a nice deterrent for us, so he's hanging out there and everything. But another thing I just want to mention too, guys, is if you guys do follow Flinger Foo, he is actually one of the reasons why I started YouTube, if I'm going to be honest. But he went ahead, put a video out, I think it's part of his Soloing the ARK series, that he basically figured out that single player settings are different than server settings in the form of the dinos, tame dinos specifically. And long story short, he kind of figured out how you would be able to get your settings the same as if you were playing on a server, right? If you guys want to go ahead, take a look at that video and everything, he kind of talks about it right at the beginning, so you don't have to wait too long to figure that all out. But long story short, guys, I did go ahead and change our single player settings over to that. And what I mean by that is, you know what, let's make it a little bit easier. Let's hop into the settings so I could show you guys firsthand. All right, guys, so heading over to the Tame Dino settings, like I said, I don't remember the default settings that we had set up on this, and I do not want to click Restore Defaults because then I'm going to have to go through and set all of my settings back up. But these are the kind of new quote-unquote default settings that we're going to be going with, so these pretty much link up with what you would see traditionally when you're playing on a server, just so we kind of have a even playing field, if you will. The stats per level, the health has been changed to 0.2, the damage has been changed to 0.17, everything else remains 1, which is default. Add per level has been changed to health, 0.14, damage has been changed to 0.14, all the other ones are default at 1.0. Stat affinity, which I believe has to do with taming effectiveness. I think this is kind of the percentage that the creatures get. This has been changed in health to 0.2 and damage to 0.19. Everything else is set up as 1, which is of course default. But like I said, guys, if you want a little bit more detail on this, you can check out his most recent video when he goes over it. I believe it's within the first 5 minutes anyway, so you don't have to hang out too long until you get the science and everything behind it, if you will. But yeah, first thing I want to do today, guys, is I'm actually going to leave all these guys here because I've gotten a couple people saying that back at our original base, and you know what, actually, let's take them with us because maybe we're just going to go ahead and leave a couple of these guys, maybe keep a couple of things over at the base. So let's actually get Pinky and Muldoon out on the boat here. Now, let's go into crafting real quick. Let's see if we can make a raptor saddle. That would just make it a little bit easier to get him in the boat. Let's do that. Perfect. We can make a raptor saddle. Absolutely awesome. All right. Now, firstly, of course, we got Pinky. We'll just kind of throw you right here, no big deal. And look at that, we got a level. Yeah, gotta love being at 1.0, honestly. Now, by the way, guys, when it comes to the settings and stuff, I don't know if this has changed anything yet. I'm wondering if and when we start throwing these in cryopods or in the dino balls or whatever, will the stats change at that point? I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see what happens. But there we go. We got everybody back on the boat. Let's head back home real quick. Couple things I want to do in today's episode specifically, though, is I feel like I wanted to do something with the skills. I feel like there was something in there that I was planning on doing. I think there's one that we need to get like 1,000 flint or something like that, which, let's be honest, that's really not going to be too bad, especially in the area where our base is. We do have a ton of river rocks. So I think getting that, plus we'll get a little bit of metal, of course, too. That all kind of ends up working out together. The other one was like raw fish meat, which, to be honest, if we literally kill a fish in the water, we should be fine. That should give us 25. I think it's 25. And then lastly is the beaver dam, which that's going to be a little interesting, but kind of going through the steps, if you will. We raid a beaver dam, we get rare mushroom. At that point, we can go for a Percoptodon, which a Percoptodon is really, really good with trying to get Deinonychus eggs. So you guys kind of see the progression here. You see the wheels turning and everything, and I think that's kind of the direction I want to go in. I know it's been a very long time since I've used a Percoptodon. If I'm going to be honest, I don't remember if we used a Percoptodon in ASA or we used it in ASE, but I do remember distinctly at some point having a Percoptodon to getting wyvern eggs over on Scorched Earth, and I think that was the last time I've ever used a Percoptodon. So I feel like this method would be really, really good too, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they could do some really good work, especially with just kind of how the map's set up, how flat it is relatively, especially over in the White Cliffs area. I believe it's called White Cliffs, right? Is it White Cliffs or Chalk Hills, or I don't know, but the area we were pretty much just in, let's put it that way. But I'm going to be kind of doing a little bit of back and forth here on the boat. Now, granted, what's really nice about this is, as we talked about, there's no leads in the water here, so not a lot of threats to worry about. The only area could be if we end up in a little bit more of a swampy area, which I don't know necessarily where that is here on Vel, but if it's in this area, I guess technically we could have Sarcos and Capros to deal with, but I don't think they spawn in the area we're going to now, so I think we're okay in that sense, but I guess you never know, right? But guys, we are at the point of this video where I'm not going to turn the camera towards me, but you guys know the gist. If you guys find yourself enjoying this one, of course, take a second, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. On top of that, guys, if you're excited for some new episodes and excited seeing that Pteranodon flying in the air, guys, that is so cool. Look at the little baby going. It's following its parent around. I absolutely love that. But if you guys are excited to see more of the Forever Ark series, of course, take a second, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And of course, guys, if you want to do a little bit more for the channel, if you guys want to check out channel memberships, they start at $1.99 a month, and you do get access to these videos early. And we do have, why did it look like something literally, yeah, what is that? There's something straight ahead that's literally, is that a fish? That's kind of just going in like, what is that? It is a fish. I don't know what's going on with the, yeah, what are you? Is that a shark? That might be a shark, actually. Is that, let's have a quick look. Of course, now it's gone. Oh God, it is. Okay, get out of the water. We do offer channel memberships too. They start at $1.99 a month. If you guys are interested in that, you do get early access to the videos, and you do have a channel members specific series if that's something you guys are interested in. Now, the thing I wanted to check out, because I've gotten a lot of people talking about this, is we are going to pick this up. Actually, this doesn't make a difference. So we're going to put this right back down. And we're going to pick you up. Give me that simple bed. A lot of people have been telling me that apparently you can actually, you don't need foundations inside of the hobbit holes. Now, I feel like when I did my first impressions, oh, I didn't mean to eat that. Okay. So I think they went ahead, guys, in one of the updates and fixed that, because initially, and if you guys go back to my first impressions video, I'm almost positive I even used a bed as a test to check that out. But you can now... Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so much better. Oh. Okay, so good to know. Not something we're going to do today, but eventually we will go ahead and move everything inside, and we'll kind of clean everything up. We'll make it look nice, I promise, just not today specifically. Let's get this lined back up if we can. Right about there seems good. What am I going to want to use today? Am I going to want to use Muldoon? I feel like Muldoon might be quicker than the Parasaur, but... Muldoon is not going to have as much stam as the Parasaur. But at the same time, do we really want to split up Pinky and the Brain? I don't think we do. So you know what? Muldoon, you're going to hang out at base here. I'm also just going to keep you on passive. I don't think anything's going to come in, especially since we're not going to be in the area. Why do I feel like we saw like a really good Parasaur around this area too, right? What is Pinky? Pinky's a female. That's a male. And that's a Phiomia. There is a part of me that's kind of thinking an imprinted... First of all, let's just take a look at this and see if I remember this correctly. Okay, so 1,000 flint, 25 fish meat, and a beaver dam. You know what? Having an imprinted Parasaur might not be a bad idea. And also, we're doing it. We're going for it. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I've convinced myself. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, looks like Parasaur is tamed already, which is kind of crazy. I keep forgetting. This has happened the most times in my ARK survival history. The amount of times I've passed out. But anyways, where is... There we go. Okay, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring you up here. We're going to bring our Parasaur over, or the new one over. And we'll get them mating. Because again, I don't think it's really going to take too much to get an egg. Then I think what we'll do is... Because I think we'll have enough... Okay, yeah, going over the stats, completely forgot to do this. We have 1840 in health, which is 41 points. We have 1845 stam, which is 31 points. 787 in weight, which is 32 points, and 324 melee, which is 39 points. All right, not too shabby there. I guess we'll kind of compare with you then, just to see if those points seem correct. I don't know. All right, you. 318 and 324. Okay, I guess, yeah, maybe, okay. I don't know. Maybe these stats did change. I don't know. I don't know. All right, well, enable mating. Enable mating. And then what we'll do is, because we have a little bit of... Ooh, okay. I actually almost... I almost made some dino balls. And completely forgot to do that. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, now we can use the rest to make a couple of these. Perfect. All right, and there we go. That's the last level for Stam for right now. These guys will be going for a little bit. That's fine. But for the meantime, let's kind of see where we are. So we're at 334 flint so far. So we're a third of the way there. Not that bad. All right, I think we're going to go back up there real quick. Just to see kind of what's going on with the egg. Like, is the baby hatching? Is the egg? Okay, so it's a little too cold. Now, this is one thing that they added to ASA, which is certainly really nice. Depending on the color of the egg. So in this sense, you see how it's kind of like a blue little flame around it. That's going to tell you straight away that it's too cold. Once it's warm enough, which in this case, no, we don't have any wood or thatch on us. All right, let's get some wood real quick. But yeah, once the egg is warm enough, that blue flame will change over to red or orange, which is really cool, honestly. But yeah, we'll be able to show that off here in a minute, because again, I don't think it's going to take too much. And by the way, apparently there is a way to turn off the cooldown using either the Better Breeding mod, either the Dino Depot mod or the Vanilla with Sprinkles mod. I can't remember which one it is. If you guys know, let me know, kind of give me an idea of how to do it, because I would like to turn that off, because sometimes the breeding times just get a little bit crazy. Like, this is 15 minutes until they can breed again, which is kind of crazy. And I know there is a way that you can change it where it literally is like they'll just go again instantaneously, which is really convenient if you are looking for like a boss army and stuff like that. So obviously we're not doing that with parasaurs, but you know, you guys get it for the future and everything. Let's throw you down. And now if you guys see, it changed over to red because we are currently incubating, which is certainly a pretty cool quality of life thing that they did, that it'll change from blue to red when it's actually incubating. I like that. But yeah, we'll use one of these guys once this baby's done. We'll make sure to claim the baby first before throwing it in, because I think that does cause a couple of problems. All right, here we go. Here is the baby, 237. Should have all the best stats and everything. So we are looking at 1840 in health, which is 41 points, 2430 in stam, which is 44 points, 787 in weight, which is 32 points, and 325 melee, which is 39 points. So what's nice is, too, we do have this here, which is the Dino Bowls, part of the Dino Depot mod. This will basically go ahead and just raise the baby for us. You guys see where it says baby, 2.5%. Basically, it'll go ahead and do that. It should also go ahead and do the imprint for us, too, which is really nice, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. Like I said, did I take them off of breeding? I think I did. We'll double check it just to be sure. I also need that saddle, too. Yep, took you guys off of breeding. Perfect. Okay, so let's get back to getting ourselves some flint. And what's nice is, kind of as we're doing this, the baby's going to grow up. Once the baby's grown up, then we can go ahead and start heading towards the beaver dams. Because I think over at the beaver dams, actually, there will be fish. So we can kind of kill two birds with one stone over there. Plus, on top of that, I think we have access to the crossbow, too, which will give us access to taking stuff out underwater very, very easily. So, yeah, I think it's all going to work out, honestly. And once we get the first beaver dam, right, if it ends up working out and it ends up being really easy, we can kind of raid multiple ones, which hopefully will give us a decent amount of rare mushroom, because rare mushroom is the way to tame Procoptodons. I think you could use kibble, but of course we're not at the point of kibble or anything, so to be honest, I don't actually even know what kind of kibble they take. So we're going the rare mushroom route, of course. Make things a little bit easier, and there we go. Okay, so that should be 1,000 flint right there. We got that nice little aura around us just to let us know. Perfect. 25 raw fish meat, 1 beaver dam. This should be very easy to do. Just a matter of getting the heck over there. So let's throw everything onto you. Throw this onto me. Throw this onto me. This onto me. This onto me. This onto me. Now, if I want to make weapons, ranged, crossbow, melee, pike, and I think we're good. Yeah, because that's scissors. Okay, cool. We're good. That's what I wanted. Make you. Could make 2, but I'm okay with just having one. And we'll do that, and we'll do that, and that drops our weight too a little bit. I know a lot of you guys talk to me about, let's also repair this while we can too. Alright, let's repair you. I know a lot of you guys talk to me about having the spears and everything because it does weigh a little bit more. Personally, I do like using the spears because I can throw them. But yeah, having the pike, even though you can't throw it, does deal a little bit more damage, and yeah, it does drop the weight a little bit. So I will be taking your advice this series and going ahead and doing that. Eventually, we will be using the upgrade station, which is another mod that we've talked about here. That will go ahead and we'll be able to upgrade our items and stuff, so it will make the pikes a little bit better at the end of the day. Another thing we should do is, you know, I only made one crossbow. We probably should just make two. If I can. I think I can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's make two. Because you know what? We'll use one specifically for... We'll kind of set one up, one specifically for normal arrows, and the other one specifically for trank arrows. Now, of course, we can technically just kind of switch over, but it's a little bit easier, in my opinion, to just... Let's just have a designated one. I mean, eventually, guys, we're going to be heading over to Green Ob anyways, and there's a whole bunch of good stuff in there from a previous life. Hate that I have to say that again, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, now it's just a matter of figuring out where these beaver dams are, because I do remember that they're across the way. But I don't know. By the way, guys, if you want to know something funny, remember in the last episode we saw those two Equises and we looked at them and one of them was like a level 90 or whatever? Well, on the way back to base, I decided to take a look and see if I can find the other one, and I did. And it's a 140. We're not going to tame it, I don't think, but still kind of funny. Oh my god, is that a baby Pelagornis? That's a baby Pelagornis out on the water. Look at this. That's so cool. Look at him. That's so cool. Ooh, he looks damaged. Maybe not. Okay. Really cool. Really cool seeing these baby creatures and stuff like that. I know we've seen plenty before, but yeah, seeing the baby flyers and stuff is really, really cool. But where is this? There's like a natural path, I think, that we can go over. And it'll basically take us to where the beaver dams are. I don't remember. I think it's a little bit further down, if I'm going to be honest. It might be this right here, actually. Not sure if you guys are picking that up on the recording, but the puppy's running down the hallway with a ball. Of course, he's got the squeakiest ball right now. But here's kind of the plan, guys. And I think this is the path right here. This just looks like a natural path going up. Right now, it could be a little bit further down, but I think we'll take a look right here. That's fine. We'll go a little bit further so we're away from the... There's so many seagulls. Oh my gosh, there's just so many seagulls. What are we looking at here? Juvenile, 37%, so we're not really there yet. Okay, maybe we're going to ride around a little long. Now, guys, I know I just said I wouldn't get that Equus, right? But we do have to wait around. You know? And who knows? Maybe this Equus has a really good stat. By the way, speaking of stats, did the stats change or anything because it's inside of the ball now? Oh, well, the stats are going to change anyways because of the imprint being added, so I guess we'll take a look at that at the end. I don't know. I don't know how that kind of affects single player games and stuff, kind of changing those settings now, like when I necessarily need to. Oh, hello, Bronto, stuck in a. That's Bronto, right? Yeah, pretty sure that's Bronto. Stuck in the wall over there and everything. But I'm curious how that kind of works with the settings and stuff like that. Like when you change Tame Dino settings, like do you have to throw your creature into a cryopod to fix that? Will it just automatically fix itself? I don't want to do too much experimenting or anything, because in order for me to experiment, I'd have to make the numbers drastic to be able to see like the Jerboa all of a sudden has like 2,000 in weight to see if it does anything, and I really don't want to affect the gameplay in any way, so negatively affect it, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. All right, I think we can kind of run around here. Yes, okay, there's the horse. There's one of the horses at least. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure this one right here is the 140. No, that's 95. So it's the white one. Where's that white horse? Where'd the white horse go? It was literally right here. Did it get stuck? Guys, we literally just saw the white horse like 2 seconds ago. Where'd it go? Okay, what am I missing? We literally saw that white horse like 2 seconds ago. Why do I feel like I hear it? It's like right below me. Okay, well, in the meantime, we do have 56 rock carrot. Oh, it's right there. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I had this correct. I did. Okay. All right. Twist my arm. I guess we'll go for it. There are a couple of... There we go. All right. Now it's just a matter of not jumping straight where the Ichthyornis is. Now, will Ichthyornises attack you if you're in the middle of doing this? I feel like they would, right? I don't think there's any reason why they wouldn't be able to attack you or anything. Like, I mean, aloes can come up and hit you, right? So, like, why couldn't they? Oh my god, no! Shoot. We're just gonna tame it, guys. I messed the taming up. Oh my gosh. It was sitting there, and I don't know what made me think, press Y, press Y. Yeah, we're gonna lose a lot on this. And now we're down to 78% taming, so we gotta do a couple more. Oh, I don't know what made me do that. And there we go. If this has a really good stat, I'm going to be really pissed. Okay, you know what? It did have 40 health. Not bad. It's got an interesting ability because it keeps getting... Does it have that one that when you're attacking, you get a speed boost? Excitable. Creature gets excited the more it's in combat, following up simple attacks with more powerful ones. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look that up to get like the details and everything of it. I feel like Guinness has a really good health stat, so I'm not too concerned. A bit unfortunate though, because we would have gotten, I mean, it's a 195. It would have ended up being a 209, so we did end up losing a decent amount there. Now, it is what it is, no big deal. All right, let's get it into a little ball. Let's also pull you over. Okay, so all right, let's get an idea. How are we looking? We're at 83%. You know, by the time we get over there, you know what, too? We can use the Equus to kind of... Oh, you know what? That's the ramp. Straight ahead. Right there. That's the ramp. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, you know what? It was a good thing that we did go for the Equus, because then I wouldn't have realized that that was the wrong ramp. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost positive this is it right here. It's probably not, but it's fine. There was a ramp that you used to... Back in ASE... There was like a ramp that you went up, and it did have like a couple of waterfalls, I think. Why do I feel like it had waterfalls? But who knows? I mean, they might have changed a couple of things, you know. But I'm pretty sure, too, this area that we're heading to up here does also have not only fish in the water, but I think it has otter, right? So, you know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, look, there's a Castorides right here. You know what? If we can get our first... If we can get a beaver dam right here... I mean, I mean, we'd have to hop in the water first and kill a creature, which is... I mean, kill a fish, which is fine. Alright, I guess we're bringing you out. Let's see. Alright. Where is the beaver dam? Because there is a beaver here. What level is this beaver, by the way? 95. Okay. Do you guys see a beaver dam anywhere? Because if it's here... I mean, we're still going to go up. But if I can just get the... If I can just get the mission done right now... And the nice thing is, it's probably going to be a little bit off the beaten path here, right? Maybe not. Maybe it just hasn't spawned long enough. I don't know. It could be very well just like right in front of me and I'm just not seeing it. No. This right here kind of looked a little stickier. You know what? While we're down here, it probably just makes the most sense right now to see if we can get this fish out of the way. Oh, wow. Okay. It's a lot deeper than I expected. Can I get 25 from you? And you are a small fish. Can I hit you first? That would be nice. You're actually not that small. Okay. There we go. 42. Okay. So we got the second skill done. Now, before we do anything, let's double check that worked. Cool. Loot a beaver dam. Now, I have to remember, because I always do this wrong, I need to take everything out of the beaver dam in order for it to work. Gotta take everything out of the beaver dam. Okay, so, to be honest, I would rather it be right here. Is this a little cave or something? No. No. Okay. Because only dealing with the one beaver would be fine, and I'd kind of rather deal with this first than have to do it up there. I don't know, maybe it is a little bit further up. No. No. Okay. It is what it is. I guess we're gonna have to raid one of these. Alright, guys. This is the only beaver dam I've been able to find so far. And I'll admit, this is never going to work. So, we got this one right here. That's a 140. We got to get inside. We basically have to go for that specific piece right there, which will give us access to the giant beaver dam. On top of that, as you guys have seen, we have a couple of them swimming around. There's one right here. Pretty sure there's one kind of behind that rock somewhere in the grass over there. There's another one. Here it is. There's another one, and I'm pretty sure there's another one, might be slightly down the hill a little bit. I'm going to keep looking around, because although this is the only one I've seen, I'm really hoping with me sitting here for the last few minutes, kind of just analyzing and checking out the castroides, kind of moving around and everything. Hopefully there's some other beaver dams that have kind of shown up. Let's have a quick look around and see, because if we can find a little bit of an easier one, that would be nice. I'm wondering too, could some of the beaver dams spawn in the ledge and everything? Now this is the waterfall that I mentioned before. That's the beaver that we saw earlier. I'm wondering if, because we spent a few minutes up here, that actually isn't the beaver we saw before, funny enough. That's a different one, because this is a completely different ledge. Okay. So let's look around for a second here. Maybe we do have a better option. Now, I don't see... Oh, God. Okay. Not sure what was going on there. Is this a cave or anything? No, it is not. Okay. There is no beaver dam over here. I'm wondering if this castroides is kind of linked with the one up there. Let's go a little bit further down. There's the boat. Now, is there a beaver dam? No. We'll go down all the way. Because maybe, like I said, with the time that we've kind of spent up there, maybe a beaver dam has spawned down here. I am going to say it's highly unlikely, and I think we are going to have to be forced to either go for that main one or take a look around the area a little bit more, but I just don't think we're going to get any down here. Damn. That would have been really lucky if we got that, but... Alright. I really don't want to have to go for that big one. Hopefully we can find something else, but I guess we'll see. When I came up here initially, I took a quick left. What if I go potentially straight? So yeah, I basically kind of ended up over in that direction. We do have a couple of castroides here. What if I come this way? I mean, I am seeing castroides all over the place. I'm just wondering how far out these dams could potentially go, you know? Like, how far should I be looking? Should I be looking kind of where those sabers are in the distance? Should I be just focusing on the lake? I mean, I feel like I would have been able to see them with ease, right? But... is that another dam? That is. There's one right here. Okay. I don't necessarily want to go for that one either. And by the way, guys, I just realized the parasaur is ready to go. Fully imprinted parasaur. Now that could be interesting. Yes, the Equus might be a little bit quicker, but actually, I don't know which one would have better stam. I feel like they'd be both pretty good, right? But let's have a quick look. See what you're all about. Why'd you do that straight away? That was actually kind of interesting. Okay, so looking over your stats, you have 2208 in health, which is 41 points, 2430 in stam, which is 44 points, 944 in weight, which is 32 points, and 388 melee, which is 39 points. So not too shabby there. I do feel like I move a little bit quicker on the Equus. The Equus might be a better choice, actually. I think we're going to kind of move around this lake a little bit, because I just want to see if I can find one. I feel like when we were raiding beaver dams on Ragnarok, we would always find one or two that were kind of in the odd spot, you know? And it would just make life so much easier for us to be able to grab it, you know? So I'd like to have a quick look around first. Then we'll kind of determine which one we're going to go for. But I do feel like the Equus might be a better move here. Even though, of course, it's not going to have as much weight and all that kind of stuff as the Parasaur would. But that movement speed might be the difference between life and death. Yeah, these beaver dams are really just positioned in some really tough spots for us to deal with. Like, none of them are on the outskirts or anything, at least from what I've seen so far. I mean, if there was one like right in the middle of the lake, I feel like that'd be perfect, right? But yeah, I don't know how far the beavers will spawn or anything, so I don't know if they're going to keep spawning down there. We do have that castle. You know what? Because beavers kind of spawn all around this area, could we potentially have one in the castle? Maybe it just magically spawned there? Maybe we should look underwater too. Okay, so underwater, plenty of fish in here. Not seeing any otter, interestingly. Okay. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this castle is brand new to Valguero. I don't think this was here initially. You guys will have to let me know if it was and I'm mistaken. But yeah, I don't see any beaver dams there. Would be kind of great if there was a beaver dam just kind of sitting in here. I don't think it's going to be the case, but I guess you never really know until you check, right? But no, I'm not seeing anything here. Shoot. This would be a pretty interesting spot for a base. It's relatively flat. It's not a huge area, but not like you necessarily need that, right? Is that one right there? No. What is it? Oh, that's a beaver. Okay, sounds good. I think out of all the beaver dams, the first one that we saw, sorry, the second one that we saw is going to be the best one to go for. There's not as many beavers in that area. I am going to have to grab everything, throw it in my inventory. That's going to be the toughest thing, but I think we could pull this off. Now, would it make more sense to have the Equus out here is the question. I feel like the Parasaur can take a few more hits because it's fully imprinted. The Equus, I feel, will be quicker, though, at the end of the day. Alright. I mean, technically, could this beaver dam be the best option for us? And here's why. They're not going to attack me until I physically go in there, right? We're on land. Now, granted, they're close. But they're not coming after me. But the other option could be getting the small one first, luring a ton of them out of here. This is going to be tough. This is going to be bad. Okay. I think regardless, this might be... It's only a level 20, thankfully. But pulling everything onto my character... Ugh. Okay. Okay, okay. And I'm gonna die. Now here's the thing. Everybody's on passive. That certainly didn't go the way that I wanted it to. But... yeah, that really did not go the way that I wanted it to. But everybody was on passive. So theoretically, we should be able to get back up there. Grab everything. We got the skill points, right? We did. And now looking, we have 2,500 berries, 500 meters on foot, and then tame a creature. We have 100 stone arrows, 50 range headshots, and then kill an alpha raptor. Babies with berries and meat. So you know what? All three of these are actually pretty doable. I'd probably say the alpha is going to be the toughest because we would have to specifically find an alpha raptor specifically. But yeah, now they should not be out. Oh, of course, now there's one over here. All right, Parasaur's okay. Brain's okay. As long as I don't hit anything, we should be good. Okay, how many rare? 3. At the end of the day, we did that for 3 rare mushrooms. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, there's another one over here. We'll see what that one gives us. The good news with that is I don't have to necessarily take everything. I can just kind of grab and go. Why do I feel like they've changed this up a little bit? Where is that beaver dam? Didn't we just have a beaver dam like right here? We just ran through here. Oh, it's up here. There's 2 over here now. Okay. Go. Okay, so the Parasaur just outruns them. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. Parasaur is about to take some damage. But I think this is... maybe the best way to do it. I was about to say, we'll kind of jump ourselves off, but... if they're kind of just doing their own thing now. Okay, one's still after us. Oh no, they're still after us. Okay, they're still after us. Okay, we're going off the ledge. It's fine. It's okay. We're going off the ledge. Let's go. I'm going to take some damage. That's okay. Now, did they follow or no? Oh, they're following. Okay, sounds good. Let's keep going. All right, so now the plan is we're going to kind of just loop around, and then we're going to go for that other one. All right, so rinse and repeat again. We're going to get hit by him. Oh my god, get on there. Thank you. Of course, it's a 145. Oh, man. All right. All right, so what are we at? 16? Something like that? Now, here's the thing. Because we pulled a lot of Castorides already, I'm wondering if we can go for one of the bigger ones. And if we can get one of the bigger ones, yeah, that'll get us a decent amount of cementing paste, a decent amount, hopefully, of those rare mushrooms. And yeah, we'll see what else we can grab. But in the meantime, let's have a quick look. Did they set up a beaver dam finally down here? Because there's a couple of them. I don't see anything. Shoot. All right. Now I want to see if this is still a way that you could do this. Back in ASE, there was a... Ooh, you can access the inventory from here. That's kind of interesting. So instead of having to go inside, you could get it from here. Now, I think we're going to switch over to you. Because this Equus can jump. You can't really jump. Alright. We got to kind of situate ourselves here because this is going to be intense. We may die. Okay, go, 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 go. Okay, you know what? I think that's enough. I would love to get that purple with a ring around it, but that's not going to happen. Go, 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 go. Okay. I think we are good to go at this point. I know I keep going in the water, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be good. Come on. Go, 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 go. Okay. So we ended up getting an additional 15 there. I think that's going to be enough. So you know what, guys? Are they still following me, by the way? What level are we? We're at 30. No. Okay. I was going to say, could we get that purple? But no, I think you need to be 35 for the purple. Now, do we want to... Ooh, we got another one right here. We could get a little risky with this one. Screw it. Let's go for it. Damn it. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, that was not a good one. That was not a good one. All right. Is there any more? I think we are overstaying our welcome in this area. Now, we do have the big one here, but I just don't think this is going to be possible. Yeah, with all the Castorides in the area here, I think this is just a little too tight. Yeah, look at that. Multiple ones are now stuck to it. Okay, you know what? I think we are good to go, guys. We are looking at a total of... Let's see here. Yeah, if I fall down there, we should be good. Just a matter of sticking this landing. Ooh, I'm going to take some damage. Ooh, okay. Not that bad. Alright, did you guys end up getting a beaver dam here or no? No, I don't think you guys did. Okay, so kind of looking over the numbers here, we ended up getting a ton of cementing paste, 31 rare mushroom, and 82 rare flowers. So you know what? We'll hold on to the rare flower too, because if we do end up coming across bees, I think rare flower is really good for them. But of course, rare mushroom, we got a total of 31. That should get us a decent Procoptodon. So I think in the next episode, guys, we are going to go Procoptodon hunting, and we'll see if we can actually pull that off. But guys, that is going to wrap up this episode. I think I'm going to go ahead, take the boat, bring it on back over to the Hobbit area. And yeah, that's going to wrap this one up, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you do want to check out channel memberships, there is a join button down below. Memberships start at $1.99. Oh god, they are still following me. Did not realize that was a thing. If you guys want to check that out now, greatly appreciate it. Again, they start at $1.99 to get these episodes early, and you do have access to members-only series if that's something you're interested in. Greatly appreciate it. But guys, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next one.